Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I am going to be demoing the blushes from Cosmetics. I have 3 out of the 4 that were released. So it's these little bottles right here. So these are actually called the Color Drop Serum Blushes, and that is because they have a serum consistency. So I did show these in a previous video. It's my new makeup video, and I'll have that video pop up right here if you guys are interested. I tried on a whole bunch of new makeup, and somebody left a comment that they would have liked to have seen these blushes swatched. So in that video, I only showed one of the blushes, but I figured I'll go ahead and swatch all of these and put them on because they're coming back in stock. So they will be back in stock on Monday the 12th at 12 a.m. So if you're interested, I would say jump on them because they are quite unique. So let me read off from the Cosmetics website. So it says, it is formulated with Sacha Inchi oil, squalene, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E. It gives cheeks a youthful, healthy, plump, and bouncy appearance. Imparts a healthy, enduring sheen to the skin. It is vegan, cruelty, and gluten-free. So that is actually pretty awesome. So far, I have already used all of these and I love them all. The only shade I did not pick up was Amethyst. And the only reason why I didn't get it is because it was described as a rosy berry, and berry blushes don't really look very flattering on my skin tone, so that's why I opted out of that one. But these 3 are all very amazing. So let's just go ahead and get started. Today I'm just going to apply it with a sponge. So I'm going to use this sponge today from Sonia Kashuk, and we're going to start with the lightest shade, and this one is called Rose Milk. So this is a blush pink shade. So we're gonna give it a good shake. And this one's described as a blush pink. And so it's got the little droplet here. And this is actually quite tight in here. I mean, it's not like super hard to take out, but you're gonna need a little bit more force than what you may actually think. So usually just 1 pump is enough for me. Just a little pump like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch it here on my hand. And yeah, this is just a very light pink shade, but I think it looks really, really pretty. So to start, I'm just gonna go ahead and take what I have left on my finger here and apply it onto my cheek. And what's nice about these is that they're buildable. So definitely start off with a light hand, and then if you feel like you need more, you can always add a little bit more. Okay, I'm actually gonna need another pump of this one because I feel like the sponge kind of absorbed quite a bit of it. So that is something that you do need to be aware of. Okay, now I only used about half of that second pump, but I think this looks really good actually. I do like how this looks even with today's makeup. It's more on the subtle side. This is a lot more wearable. I feel like this shade will go with most eye looks. This one is a really good one to go for if you're not sure what color to select, especially if you have like a light to a medium skin tone. Something like this will work really, really nicely for you. You can add more. I really don't want to because it's not what I would typically do. And you do have to be careful with these, especially with the darker shades, because if you over apply, you can go real quickly from a nice dewy look to an oily look. So just be careful with that. I feel like my cheeks do stay a little bit tacky throughout the day when I use these, but it's nothing significant. It doesn't get on my nerves. It's kind of just one of those things that I put on and I don't think about it throughout the day. Like I'll look at myself and I'll remember that I'm wearing one of these blushes just because my skin does tend to look a little bit more glowy. And it's really nice because I can see what they mean when they say that it gives you a youthful look. And I think it's just more because you look very refreshed, you look hydrated, just your skin looks really nice. These are really good if you're going for a glossy look. Just again, be very careful not to get too heavy-handed with them. But this shade specifically, I don't feel like gives that much of a shiny look. Let's just go ahead and, I don't know, I mean, I'm gonna take this off anyway, so I'll go ahead and do another pump just to kind of show you guys how it builds and just, you know, how it overall looks. So let's go ahead and apply a little bit more. Typically, this is how I would leave it, but just to show you guys. And And you can use your fingers with this, you can use a brush, a sponge. I've used them all. And I think I like well, actually, if I'm using a brush for foundation, which I did today, I just used a bigger one, I'll then use that same brush to apply these blushes. But today I wanted to go in with a sponge. I like it both with a sponge and a foundation brush. And here we are with 2 layers of that blush. It actually still looks pretty good. These are also very long lasting, which is a huge plus. Blushes usually tend to fade the quickest throughout the day if you apply it in the morning. Usually by lunchtime, I at least feel like my blush is gone. So it's definitely something that if I'm gonna go out later on, I always end up reapplying blush. But with these do last pretty well, especially if you use it over another blush. I think it's really gonna last you. I just don't think that's necessary. Also, I did want to point out that I did powder my face just a little bit. I didn't apply too much powder, but I did, and it works really well over powders as well. So if you're someone that likes to set your makeup, you can do so. Their instructions do say that if you want to set your blush, you can do so with a translucent powder. Of course, you want to go a little bit lightly with it, and you'll get more of a velvety finish. So I'm going to go ahead and take off this blush, and then I'll be right back to apply the next color. The next shade we have here is called Pink Nectar, and this one is described as a watermelon pink. This is also very nice. So this one's definitely a little bit more bright. Here is going to be a swatch of just 1 drop of that serum, and there's that. So I'm gonna use the same sponge. I'll just use the other side. And I'm going to tap up whatever I have on my finger here, and then pick up a little bit more. And with this one, I do recommend you start with a even lighter hand than with the previous shade, because this one's much more pigmented. And I feel like even right off the bat with this one, you can see how glossy the cheek looks. So I hope it's captured on camera. And that is how it looks on the face. Also very, very pretty. Yeah, I just really like these. So let's go ahead. I want to add a little bit more, not so much because I feel like I need it, but I think that if I use my fingers, it'll look even extra glowy. It just adds this really nice radiance to your skin, and I love how this looks. This isn't blended out that well. Let me press that in a little bit better with the sponge, but this looks really nice. I kind of feel like I over apply, so I look a little bit like a clown at the moment, but this is the color Pink Nectar. Again, this is a watermelon pink. And the final shade I have here is Sunset Sky, and this one is described as a warm coral. I die for these kind of shades. I love them in eyeshadows, I love them in blushes, and I think that a shade like this can flatter so many skin tones, really, if not all. So here is a droplet of this one. And then this one is even more pigmented, so you want to be extra careful with it. I'm not sure how well it's going to look with my eye look today, but we will see. And that is the swatch of Sunset Sky. So let's apply. I'm a little bit more afraid of this one. I usually start off with the bare minimum. I'm just going to go with whatever I have here right now. I'm using a clean side of the same sponge, just a different angle. And I think a shade like this will stand out more, and just it'll flatter your skin and just your entire look if you keep the rest of your makeup very minimal. Tons of mascara and a blush like this, oh, it's just so nice. Like I said, I just think that for the summertime, a color like this looks gorgeous. And since this is the last shade, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some over my nose too a little bit. Kind of give that sunburnt look. And this is Sunset Sky on my face. Okay, so those are the 3 Color Drop Serum Blushes that I purchased from M Cosmetics. Again, like I said, you just want to be careful with these to not over apply. Overall, I think they're amazing. I would absolutely recommend them. The packaging is also so gorgeous on these. I know I told you guys in my other video, I think these little bottles look so pretty just sitting there on my vanity. I have a nice little plate for them, and yeah, I really like how they look. So not only do they perform really well, but they look super cute wherever you decide to have them stored. I think M Cosmetics did a phenomenal job with these blushes. I have never tried anything else from this brand, so yeah, I'm just really intrigued. I'm really happy with these blushes, and it's just a huge plus when they do have skincare benefits. So again, I do think they're really nice. Alright guys, so that is it as far as today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give me a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe before you leave so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you so much for stopping by. Until next time.